Right then, we are live. Let's get some people in the old chat. Oh no, now we're live. Are we live now? I don't know. Anyway, it said I was live a minute ago, but yeah. Anyway, right, we're live now. If the quality of the webcam isn't as good, it's because my other one broke last week. Just before I realised it broke just before we were doing the Kaching Club. So I've got to use this one for now. It's built into the computer. Not the best, so I will have to get another one of those at some point. They're only about 20-25 quid, so it's not too bad. Let me just get the chat open. Talk among yourselves for a sec. Here we go. Go on, pause it in time. No, I don't want an ad. No. Right, there we go. I've not got ad blocker on this web browser. That was loud. The chat's not coming up yet. One sec. There we go. Right, so we've got Ken in there. We've got Boom first thing, he says. Tommy, Kaylee, Soul, Dan, Funky, Owly Boy, loads of people in there. So yeah, what shall we talk about today? People just throw me questions in the chat. I've not got anything planned for today, so yeah, just any old questions about reselling. Yeah, go ahead, throw them in the chat. We've got 5 people watching, which is cool. I know I'm a little bit early. Actually, one sec. I need to. There we go. Right, there we go. Right. Here we go. Clothes. Do you wash them before you sell? I have washed a couple of items, but that's just because of my inexperience of picking them up. So, like I washed a couple of shirts because I saw like a little bit of a mark on both of them, and that's just an experience for picking them up. Really, I would, I basically in the future I would pick them up, make sure they're clean, no marks, all that sort of stuff. I may need to iron them, but I wouldn't want to be picking clothes up that I'd have to wash unless they were higher value clothes. But yeah, I have done it. I have washed a couple, but yeah, I don't want to be doing that. It's just extra work, isn't it? So yeah, I'd say I do not wash clothes before I sell them in the majority of, in the most part. So let me do this. Right, there we go. Oh no, I need to be on the chat, don't I? 7 people watching now, which is cool. Yeah, so what else? There was a couple of things I wanted to say. Oh, I've done a sales update. I've recorded the sales update, so that'll be going up tomorrow, hopefully. I'm used to looking at the camera there, but it's actually slightly further down. And yeah, I've recorded that, so that'll be pretty good. How are you? Yeah, so I've recorded that. That's going to go up tomorrow or Saturday, as I mentioned. I've got a few plans in the works for the 100th episode of Thursday Talks. I keep pondering with it and thinking, what could I do? Ken just said there a minute ago, how are your sales? Pretty good last few days, like over £100 from about Tuesday onwards. No, I think Monday was like that. But Tuesday onwards, over 100 quid. I think yesterday I did 160. Day before I did similar. I did about 140. And the day before that, I think I did about 185. So I can't complain. That's good, that is, for me. So, I mean, my baseline is 100 a day. That's like, I want to be at 100 a day. Sometimes I don't achieve that. Like, I think, not Sunday. I think it might have been Monday that I did 80 something, I think. But my baseline is I really do like to be at that 100 a day, and I feel safe then because that's 3,000 a month. But this year I'm really trying to get that up in the slower periods of the year. So like really I want to be doing 4K from the slower periods of the year, like maybe March through like July, August, and then in Q4, I really want to do some good turnover. But yeah, that's like my baseline anyway. And it's not been too bad this week. So yeah, I can't complain with that. Tommy, do you like selling jeans? I do like selling jeans, although I've only sold them like a couple of times. I could definitely get involved with selling a lot of jeans. I really do like them. So, Alan's World, hi there, Pete. Yeah, cool. So let's go on here. Oh, got 9 viewers now. I think I'm a little bit early, hence why there's not as many. Hence why there's not as many viewers as normal. Normally we're up to about 17 viewers, but maybe I'm a little bit too early. I did come up at 20 past. That is a little bit early. Right. Anyone else got any questions? Because I'm just going to be like it'll just be dead. It'll be dead air if you've not got any questions. I'll just be like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So 100th episode of Thursday Talks. I do want to talk to you about this. It's I have a lot of pairs, mate. Tommy says, yeah, I like selling jeans. As I say, I've only sold them a couple of times, but I just like the process. I like packaging them. I like photographing them. Yeah, it's a nice process. Yeah, so Thursday Talks episode 100. I've got a few ideas. I want to do like a marathon live stream, and I want to like get people on, so like get other resellers on, like throughout the live stream, and have it set up like scheduled, so it's not all like all over the place. But just literally get a few people on. Maybe do it in the day, maybe do it at night, I'm not sure. Or maybe do it in the day, but just do like 4 hours in the day or something. And then literally like every 15 minutes we'll have someone else jump in, like maybe a YouTube reseller comes on with me, or it doesn't have to be. I'm hoping I can get a few guys who have followed me from the start, but are not necessarily on YouTube. I want to get them on YouTube, on the chat. I'm talking like the guys who've like have literally commented from like my first few videos. Retro Boot Disc, I think. Dave Weeks, I'd like to have him on. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do this, but it'd be good to get a few people like who are not on YouTube, just like doing the Thursday Talks. And I think it would be nice to get people on who have been there from the beginning, like the people who first commented questions on Thursday Talks episode 1, and just like loads of other resellers. And then what we'll do is we'll like allot it by 15 minutes. So I'll have a bit of a chat with the person for 15 minutes, and then if they want to go, they can go. Or what we can do is just hang around, and then we'll all have a bit of a chat when the next person comes on, do it like that. And then by the end of the chat, we might have about 10 people left, or we might have maybe throughout the 3 or 4 hours, we might have like a peak of like 10 people all chatting with me, on Thursday Talks. And then maybe at some periods it's only 2 of us. And I think it would work really well. It might be a bit too saturated if there's like a lot of us on. Because I see like live shows, not in the reselling community, but I see like live shows with like 15 people on, and like everyone's trying to speak, and it just does not work. But it would certainly be a good idea. It's just sort of orchestrating it or making it all fit and work. How's your lodge job of video games going? I worked like hell last week, 750 video games. And I worked like hell, and it's all done. It's all done and dusted as of yesterday. So a week and 2 days, solidly working at it. Like, I would say, if I was really to put in all my hours of it, it must have been anywhere between 8 and 12 hours a day. Might have been more like 12 hours some days, and then more the 8 hours another day. And that's over 9 days. I don't really do days off, as you're probably aware. But I generally don't burn out because I always have nice breaks throughout the day, and I always stop work at 9 o'clock. And if I'm in bed, like after 9 o'clock, I will list, but I don't really treat that as work because it doesn't feel like work because I'm just watching TV, like in bed. So I should treat that as work, but I don't. But yeah, I did a lot of work on it. If I've totaled up all my hours, it's probably only just worth the profit I'm going to make in terms of all the hours I put in. But I wanted to do it and just get it done and hammer it out. So yeah, it was still worth it, still worth doing. but it was getting to that point where I really needed it done because the hours I was putting in, you know, it was starting to get like, oh God, this isn't a great hourly rate for the profit I was going to make on the job lot. But I set myself 6 days to do it, and it did take me longer than I thought. I thought like, no, maybe that was a bit of a underestimate. Maybe I set myself about 7-8 days. I got it on the Saturday, and I said to my mum, you know, if it was done by next Saturday or early Sunday, I'm happy. Days offer for wimps, Ken says. Reselling is a way of life, not a job. And it is. It's exactly that. And it's like, yeah, it's for me. I don't take days off because I just like, I go for a walk in the afternoon if it's sunny, or I don't know, I'll just watch something on TV for a little bit. I have breaks. I don't have it's Cora. Cora said this, and it's great. Or I don't know whether I said it in her chat, but one of us said, resellers don't take days off, they take hours off. And if I was the one who said that, I'm thinking, yeah, that was an awesome quote. But I don't know, it might have been Cora who said it. Question, how do you keep upbeat when you miss out on something? I missed out on a leather jacket today. Resale was about 200, was only 20. Let me tell you a story. Oh, this was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Yesterday, do you remember my record player that I got for 90 and it's on for 400? And I've had serious amount of interest in it. I've declined numerous best offers, but I declined one at 250 the other day. And I was thinking to my mum, I said to her, oh, I should have taken that. You know, 90 into 250, it's over me double my money. And I was like, oh, you know, I should have taken that. But then yesterday, ka-ching goes off. I won't tell you where I was because it's a bit of a personal place where I actually was when my ka-ching went off. But my ka-ching goes off anyway. And I'm like, oh, that's a good sale. That's nice. That's awesome. On a high, I'm like, yeah, this is great. And then about 30 minutes to an hour later, after I've really got upbeat about this, I get a message saying, hi, ads. And now I only use ads on my YouTube. So I immediately know when anyone contacts me and says ads, they're from my YouTube. So that's how I work it. So if anyone calls me Adam in the street, I know they're probably not familiar with my YouTube. But if you call me ads, I know definitely they're from my YouTube. Now, they said, hi, ads, messaged me for eBay. And I thought, oh, bloody hell, it's from my YouTube. And then he said, you know, and at that point, I just saw the hi ads and I thought, oh, well, you know, I was like, might be just something else anyway. And he says, I was just doing some research looking at your listings, and I managed to click buy it now on your record player. And I thought, oh, damn it, you know. And I ended up cancelling the sale. Obviously, buyer requested to cancel or whatever it's called. And, you know, that's that, done and dusted. But talk about that. You know, you're saying you missed out on a £200 deal. It's the same thing. If you've missed out on that £400 sale, it's like, damn, you know, I mean, like 425 quid. It's like, yes, this month's going to be awesome now. I'm going to do over the £4 grand this month. But yeah, it's like, yeah. And then you just go downhill and it's like, you know, but you know, I've not relisted it yet. I need to relist it. But I want to make sure that the cancellation has gone through properly. I think it has. And then I'll relist it. And I mean, you know, I might have a yes, Alan's World. I was. But I'm not going to say that on video. But yeah. So, and it's the same with deals. Like I missed out on a awesome GameCube block the other week on Gumtree, and you know, there's a few hundred quid profit in it. And you have to do. It's like, you have to limit yourself. You have to say to yourself, right, that's enough now. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut off that negativity about it. And it's like with the record player, I went out for a walk. And the reason I go out for so many walks is because it clears my mind. I literally do like 3 walks a day. One of them to the post office, one of them to the charity shop. So I'm doing my work at the same time. And then another one where I'm not going to the charity shops or doing any work. But it clears my mind. So, and then when you're on your walk, you get ideas and you think, oh, that could make a good video idea, or oh, that could you know, that could work in terms of to expand my business and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I generally go to so many walks. But I was on a walk and I said to myself, right, I've not really gained anything. I've not really lost anything. You know, yes, okay, I thought I had gained the sale, but you know, I didn't, you know, it was never going to happen anyway, because obviously you'd clicked it by mistake. So I thought, I'm not really gained anything, not really lost anything. Garlic flips, as long as I have my phone with me, I'm at work. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like in bed when you hear that noise, that dreaded eBay message noise, and oh no, I hope this isn't one of those like, I have a question about using my item thing, and I'm like, oh no, bug it up. But yeah, touch wood, I've been doing well recently, and I've not had. Oh well, no, I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say this because it's gonna mess it up. But I've not had any major problems. Right, let's just leave it at that. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm gonna touch wood again, because otherwise I'll have one. But no, it's been okay so far. I'm like, yes, I'm finally in a little period where, you know, I'm okay, I'm stable, and nothing's happening. You know, nothing bad's happening. But you've just got to take each day as it comes, Lisa. And if something not so great happens, you have to just deal with it and get over it and sort it out as quickly and as efficiently as you can. So, and you can get on to do other work. Because that's what I found now. It's not about like, oh, what am I trying to say? It's not really, there's no end to reselling. Like, it's unlimited amount of work. And it's all about getting through the work as efficiently and as fast as you can, but not too fast that you're making mistakes, but efficiently and fast. So then you can just get on to your next job. And sometimes it feels like you're doing jobs that aren't really making you money. Like, you know, I don't know an example of this. I'm trying to find an example. Like, you know, maybe cleaning up and things like that. Like, I used to think when I was cleaning up, but oh, this isn't making me money and I need to get it done quick and all this sort of stuff. And in one way, I was a bit negative with that, but it is the sort of right way to look at it. If you're doing things like cleaning up and things like that, you need to be doing those jobs fast, because then you need to be on to the next thing that will actually make you money, which is sorting, listing, sourcing. Even from some respects, cleaning, like cleaning items, does make you money. But what I'm talking about is cleaning, like, you know, like cleaning up your room. I'm not talking like cleaning items ready to list, because in one way that is making you money. But I'm meaning cleaning your room. It's like, oh, and I have to do it so many times. I mean, what I should do actually is set a camera up in that room, set my camera up in that room, and just film a little bit each day, like a little segment. And you will see that room, the layout of that room, the items in that room, over the course of a month, change so much. Like, I'm always cleaning up in that room. I'm always moving stuff. I'm always bringing new stuff in. And that room changes. Like the other week, it was full of antiques and vintage brass items. Then last week, it was full of video games. This week, it's full of just miscellaneous stuff. And at the car boot is on Sunday, so then it'll be full of just random tat, hopefully, if I do okay. And then the week after that is the auction again, so that is going to be mega full, because I'm trying to build up a bit of a cash, a bit of a sort of, what do you call it? Like a little cash, not a cash bunny. That's not right. A cash cat, not a cash cow. Anyway, a little bit of a cash reserve. That's what I'm trying to say, but I think there's a word for it. But a little bit of a cash reserve for the auction, because I really do want to go pretty hard with the auction. But my mum was like, you can't go that big because we've not got a van or anything. You know, if I have to do a trip, or if you have to do a lot of trips, you're not going to be using my car all the time and stuff. Because the problem is, this is the problem. The auction house I go, I could probably sort this, but the auction house I go, the auction's on a Tuesday, and then you have to collect by the Friday. Now, if I don't actually go to the auction physically, then that means I have to collect Wednesday through Friday. But you know what I'm going to say next? My mum has the car Wednesday through Friday, and therefore I don't have the car. So last time I had to get I didn't force my grandma to do it, but I basically just asked her, you know, would you be willing to go to the auction house, collect some stuff? We'll have a bit of a wander around Knutsford at the time. We'll make a bit of a morning of it. And I did it that way. But the thing is, if I've got to collect by Friday and my mum's in work and I've not got a car, oh, what the hell am I meant to do? I can't get I can't get 5 carloads or something. I mean, there's got to be a way around it. Like, you could order a taxi. I know a lot of people actually who have ordered taxis to car boots because of, I've talked to about 2 or 3 people who've actually done that, not in the online community, but like other resellers I know around the local area, because I'm quite friendly with a few around the local area now. And yeah, they've ordered like taxis to car boots, and that's really crazy because they've not got a car, or, you know, I don't know, maybe they've not got access to the car at the moment or whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. But, you know, there's ways around it. But my mum doesn't want me getting 5 carloads because she knows that my dad's going to go insane if there's like 5 carloads of stuff up there. But I got 2 carloads last time, and I want to beat that. Like, I'm not going to make it so that then my obsession with beating that means that I overpay on stuff. I'm not going to do that, but I just want to kind of beat the 2 carloads, and then end up like getting a van, and then just growing it from there, and then get to the point like where I'm literally clearing half of the auction house. That'd be so cool. And you know what you have when you clear half the auction house consistently? You have buying power, and if you get to know the people at the auction house, which I already know them because I work there, you might be able to get a deal on commission as well. You might not be able to pay as much commission. I know there is a few deals like that with some dealers in there already. So yeah, pretty cool when you have like serious buying power like that. Missed the start. Did ads take a dump live on air? No, I did not. The word is war chest. Is it? War chest. Stockpile garage flip nowhere. Ken has been partying with 4 lovely ladies and a cocktail in his hand, living the dream. Hire a man with a van for. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. How much is that then? Can you get that fairly cheap? Or, blow me now, that's a great. Why didn't I think of this? See what I mean? I am so idiotic sometimes. I just think I don't have any common sense sometimes. I think to myself, I just haven't, I haven't a clue with a lot of things. But yeah, that's an obvious answer. Hire a man with a van. And that can't be too much, can it? And even if it was a bit of money, a fair chunk of money, as long as I worked out that it was okay, then it was okay profit-wise. That's all right. What's the most profit you've made in a single item? Unfortunately, I would have said today, I would have liked to say, if that question popped up, oh yeah, I sold a record player yesterday and I flipped it from 90 to 425. I'd like to say like, oh yeah, I did this, but I can't say that. So the biggest profit I've still made is from last 4th quarter, and I say it with a bit of a sulk, even though it is quite good. A sealed Harry Potter cinematic journey for £150, and it was quite funny because I saw on the UK reselling group a few people selling them at like 60 quid, 70 quid, which is great, but I was just thinking, why are you selling them this time of year for 60 or 70 when in 4th quarter you'll be able to get 150, 160? Well, on Amazon you will. Don't know about eBay, maybe 100 on eBay in 4th quarter. But yeah, I mean, so the biggest profit, £5, brand new Harry Potter cinematic journey into 150. I've got to beat that this year. And with the auctions, I can do that. Like the other week, I missed out on I think I did say this, a Monopoly Deluxe, really, really nice. It's like a wooden version of Monopoly, really, really big, heavy, nice thing. I think it was called Monopoly Deluxe, and they're like crazy money on eBay. They're like 200 to 400. I'd have to do a bit more research, but I think that's at the time when I was looking at it at the auction, that was sort of where I was thinking, yeah, it'll be about 200 to 400. I didn't, but at the time at the auction the other week, I was bidding on a lot of stuff, and I bid on like 600-700 quid worth of stuff, and I thought, hang on a minute, I don't want to bid like go all in on this one item, like invest 100 or 120 on this one item. So what I did, the valuation was between 60 and 100. I knew it was going to go top end of that, because obviously it's worth like 200 to 400 on eBay, if not exceeding that 100. You know, so people would bid over the 100. But I thought, right, I'll just put a bid in, because I put a lot of bids in. I thought, right, I'll just put a bid in, 80 quid, in between the guide price, 60 and 100. Yeah, 60 and 100. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I missed out on it by about 10, 20 quid. I think it was 100 quid it went for. So I was like, that was a good higher value item that I could have paid about 120 or 130 for, so long as I was getting about 300-400 for it. So top end of what we go for. But yeah, that was a good high value item. So the higher value items, if you know, I'm not going to say like every auction we're going to be there, because I don't know. I've not been to enough auctions, but I think that you can get some good higher value items at auction. I think that the more auctions I go to, the more viewings I go to, you know, all this sort of stuff, it's just going to be more apparent that I can get some good higher value items. So yeah, that's my plan. Get some good high value items and actually flip them fairly quickly, so I can say like by the end of the year, you know, I've done some better profits. You know, I've done tons of like 50 to 100 items, and even like 30 to 50, tons and tons. But yeah, never really hit that over 150. So yeah, a bit annoyed, but it's okay. It'll happen in time. I have to bounce that. Yo, oh my God, David, you messaged me saying what time is Thursday Talks on, and then you end up watching about 10 minutes of it. What's all that about? Shall I come back? Yeah. What debate? Oh God, what's this question here? With the loss of YouTubers who encourage debate, coupled with live chat love-ins that discuss everything but reselling, do you find yourself watching less YouTube and concentrating more on your business? No, I watch a lot of YouTube. I mean, the thing is, right, everyone seems to say, well, certain people who are actually like, you know, really know what they're doing with reselling, they say like you should be watching live chats while you're listing. And other people will be like, well, you know, they'll just watch YouTube for a break. I'm a bit in between. Like, I watch YouTube for a bit of a break, and then other times I'll watch it while I'm listing. And therefore, it doesn't really matter. Like, if I'm watching YouTube while I'm listing, I can still watch as much YouTube as I was doing. So I don't tend to watch less YouTube, no, because I do my work while I'm watching it. I concentrate on my business while I'm watching YouTube. So yeah, it's like I can do both. I mean, I tend to end up, like, sometimes I'll have to watch a little bit of the video back because I've forgotten what we said because I was too engrossed in listing. But yeah. Yeah, Habour said, what's the your highest profit you have made on one item? Yeah, and he said probably been asked already. Yeah, just been asked, literally. That's what I'm doing, rapid listing postcards and listening to ads, Ken says. That's the way, isn't it? Maria, hi ads, can I ask which program you use to work out your profit per month? I use my own brain. Not to sound harsh, but I mean, that's just what I do. I don't mean to sound harsh in any way, but I don't use any Zero. I don't use any accounting software. I do it all myself. I like to do it all myself. I literally, there's my black book with the stuff in it. I've got my Excel spreadsheet on there, and I really don't like the idea of having an accountant because I am like a control freak with my business, and I want it all done by me. You know, I want it all done by me, you know, so, yeah, I do everything in my business myself, and, oh God, I would find it really hard to expand my business to have staff, and I would need them. I would literally, my recruitment process would be getting them to work as hard as me for like a few months, literally. Like, if they can work as hard as me, or even better than me, then it's like, yes, all right. And if they can do it consistently, and it's like, and they can prove to me that they're good at accounting, good at, you know, good at all these different things, and I'll be like, yes, you can come on board. You can you can be a staff member, you know. But it would be so hard for me to get a staff, because it'd be like, oh. And also I'd need to get people who were as eccentric as me. So with like the way they dress, with the way they act, they need to be like my level of that as well. Basically, I want to staff myself to do. I literally want to clone myself, and then we've got two of me, you know. But you know, because people always say, "Oh, I wish there was two of me, or I wish there was three of me to get all these jobs done." I would like that, because I don't think, as I say, I don't think I could really get to grips with someone. I do my own accounts, but think I'll need an accountant soon, because getting near the yeah, that's the thing, Ken. Like, I just did my accounts for the last tax year, and it was getting like to the point where, oh my god, I'm starting to turn over some decent numbers here, and I'm thinking, and that does scare me a little bit, because I'm thinking like I need to have an accountant to make sure that it is complete. I do a lot of research into accounting, and I really do make sure my accounting is like really honed down and really well done. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm thinking I just want an accountant, just in one respect, because I want it to be made sure that it is okay, completely okay, even though I do know it's okay. But then, as I say, another side of me is thinking, well, I don't want to give up that control. You know, I don't want that control to go away. Ads, that person you want to hire is probably running their own show. Yeah, it is. They are. But the thing is, I wouldn't ever partner with anyone. I just wouldn't. Oh my god. Like, I just wouldn't. I mean, I can see people who I'd like to partner with, like my friends and that, but that's just because they're my friends. And even someone who is like a professional businessman, I wouldn't want to partner with them, because this is the thing. If you get a partner, they're either, in the most part, they're either going to outdo you, so then they're going to get annoyed with you because you're not pulling your weight, or you're going to outdo them, and then you're going to get annoyed with them, and then it causes debate and argument and all that sort of stuff. Like, the good example that I've seen, obviously I only know him on video, so I can't say anything about him, but like Craigslist Hunter and his partner is Adrian. They seem to have a good working relationship from what I've seen on camera. I don't know, you know, behind the scenes or anything, but those two seem to have a good working relationship on camera, at least. And that's like the middle ground, you know. That's where you want to be. You want to be two equal people who do, you know, who match each other in the work level, but who both bring different skills to the table. So they match each other in the work level, but they both bring different skills to the you know, to the business. Please spare us 5 minutes a month, Ken, please. Save me from the Mini Bowden Brigade. Well, what's that about, Mini Bowden Brigade? Got to go, mate, off to the post office. Don't know whether you see, but I've got some parcels there. I've got to go to the post office in a little bit. Yeah, I've sold some few items yesterday. I had a couple of auctions ending as well, which was good. But I started at like, not buy it now price, like a bit below buy it now price, but we went, so I'm happy with that. And it was from the auction hall, and oh my god, there's so much money. There's so much money in that stuff. Do you have a target you want to achieve this year? Example, overall profit listing. Yeah, I do. I've told you this like 100 times. Well, I've told people. I don't know whether I told this to you, Neil, but I've said it on video. 10k in December is whether I get there, I don't know, but 10k in December turnover would be really good. So I don't know what that would be in profit. It depends how much I'm spending on stock and things like that. We're going off maybe about 50% profit of that. And then October, November, sort of working up to that. It is maybe a bit of a, I don't want to say unrealistic, because that's like being negative from the offset, but it's not maybe as smart a target as it could be. So it's not as specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, or time bound as it could be. But I don't know. I mean, I could get there. I mean, it means about a 38% increase on last December. So yeah, it's quite a lot of an increase that in terms of sales. I mean, nearly a 50% or not, nearly a 40% increase on sales of last December. But I mean, you've got to go for it. I'm going to work, and I've got a few other ideas for different revenue streams. So, but aren't like silly ideas. These are proper professional ideas that I've got. They're nothing like buy a website and make a load of money off it. It's like proper ideas that I've thought through and I've still not even pulled the trigger on, even though I've been thinking about them for months. Yeah, so I've got a few more revenue ideas, and they should help boost turnover in fourth quarter as well. But they're not necessarily seasonal revenue ideas. Like, they're not going to bring me a lot of money in December. Do you keep 10K? You can do it ads. Do you keep much stuff back for end of the month currently? What do you mean end of the? Do you mean end of the year? Not end of the month. Like, do you mean keep stuff back for like fourth quarter? Yeah, I mean, if I go off that, so if you're meaning that, yes, I've got a couple of boxes ready for fourth quarter, ready to go up to Amazon, because that's the only way I'm going to get to a good turnover level, is by keeping a bit of stuff back and then bulk sending it into Amazon and bulk listing it on eBay. So then, I can get that profit basically and get that turnover. Yeah, end of the year, he said, yeah. But as I say, this year was concentrating on getting better. I mean, I'm not worried about fourth quarter too much, because I've got an inventory between both platforms now, 1,750-ish listings. I went up by about, it must be close to 200 in the last in the last 9 days, because I listed 112 on Amazon, and I listed like 100 or something. Well, it must be, because yesterday I listed 20, and then I've been listing day after day before that, so must be 100 on eBay. I'm not far off 1,000 now, which is awesome. So the way I look at inventory is different to those, different to other people. Like, there's people who say they're not bothered about inventory. There's people who say build an inventory, and then there's people in the middle. I'm like, I'm building my inventory for every fourth quarter, and I know it sounds a bit stupid, like, why are you building it for fourth quarter? But the thing is, if I concentrate on fourth quarter so much and building that inventory, I'm then building my inventory all year anyway, so it serves the same goal, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm building my inventory for fourth quarter, but also I'm still listing anyway. I'm still achieving the same goal, and I'm still getting those listings up, and that will then make it more consistent throughout the year anyway. So, but what I want is like 2K listings before fourth quarter, because last fourth quarter I was on, what was it? Was it 1,200 or 1,300 listings? So to be able to do that big number, I want to build my listings, so then when I come to December, I've got those listings already there. I've got that inventory already there to sell. So that's what I'm meaning when I'm sort of looking forward to looking towards fourth quarter every year. But the biggest thing this year that I did, and the thing that I think is going to help me through summer as well, is get into clothing. In January, I was a little bit late. I should have really got into it about October last year. But that, I think, will give me a bit more consistency throughout the summer months, because as I said last year, I think I said it in videos, next year is about getting the consistency in the summer months for me. That's what it's about, because yes, I can have a strong business in fourth quarter, but what's the point in having like a fantastic business in fourth quarter unless it was like really, really, really good and you're only selling seasonal stuff, and that's the whole reason. That's like 90% of your business and you're okay with that. But that's not really my business. So I need, it's not going, fourth quarter isn't going to be 90% or 95% of my business, because I'm not selling like all seasonal stuff or all things relating to fourth quarter. So what I need to do, as I mentioned, is this year get that steadiness throughout the summer months, and then by next year I'll be fine. I'll be sailing. I'll be great then, because by the end of this year, I should be where I want to be, and I'm really happy with that. Considering that it's been 2 years in July, I'll have been doing this, and by the end of the year, it'll have been 2.5 years thereabouts. I'm happy that I'm where I want to be by the end of the year, 2.5 years down the line. You know, I'm happy that I'm there. You know, but then after I've got to where I want to be, like my minimum target, it's then striving for that maximum target of trying to achieve 50,000 a year net with reselling. So it's hard, and I don't know whether just eBay and Amazon are going to do it unless I was like doing a lot of RA and stuff, and that's not really what I want to be doing. So yeah, I mean, it's hard. So this is why I'm thinking about these new revenue streams, and there's a board behind me, and it's got things wrote on, and it's got a long-term strategic plan on that board behind me with a load of little colourful bits on to make it happy and smiley. And you're not going to be told that plan for 24 months until it's completed. And that is my plan right behind me there. 24-month plan, long-term strategic business plan, not just with, with reselling, but with other avenues as well that I'm going to explore. I will drop hints along the way, and this mystery project, I'm not going to reveal it to you, but this mystery project is 24 months long. It is not like a little fiddly thing that I'm going to reveal to you like next week, although I will reveal it to you in steps over the 24 months. So by the time I'm 23, if everything works out, and I'm going to make sure, damn it does, I will be like completely where I want to be, in terms of hopefully revenue, in terms of hopefully profit, in terms of hopefully what I'm doing, in terms of more antique items, more vintage items, in terms of my knowledge. But obviously that's an ongoing thing, and I've actually wrote down on the board there, knowledge ongoing, because it's forever. You know, like you're always learning. But yeah, that's my sort of cool plan. I'm not gonna reveal anymore, but it's a long-term plan, and if I can do it, it'd be so good, because by the time I'm like 26, 27 and wanting to start a family, hopefully, or maybe 28, I will be able to be in a position where I don't need to work massively on the business, and I can, you know, I don't need to work massively on the business, and I can spend a bit more time with my family. I can support my family with the money, because that's a great thing about me starting at 19. I have got time now until I have a family to build the business to a point where I can support my family with the business. So that's the great thing about starting young. And you know, if I were to start like at 30 or 35 when I had a family, that's perfectly fine, you know, go for it. But it just, for me, it was great to start young, and it just flowed, you know, and it's going to really help me in the long term. Ken says 10K at Christmas is fully achievable. Go for it. Just look at your growth from last Xmas versus, yeah, I know, that is crazy, because like the first 6 months I was doing reselling, I did about 1,800 at Christmas, and then last Christmas I did 6,477. I don't quote me on that, but it's 6,000 and something, and it was 6,400 and something. So that 1,800 to 6,000, virtually best part of 6,500, crazy. So yes, I mean, it's definitely achievable. It's just like work. It's just work, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just work. Right, I'll go back through the chat because there's a few bits and bobs I missed. What about wages? Now, are you in a position to pay yourself the same amount? Yes, I am. I'm in a position to pay myself a fair amount each month. I don't pay myself a fair amount each month. I pay myself very little because I don't need to. What's the point in me like taking out $1,000 or 1,500 if I'm not really gonna do much with it at the moment currently, and I don't need it for bills and stuff. I just want to reinvest it. So yes, I can take out a fair amount, and I can take out a good amount each month, but I'm not going to, because it just stifles the business growth a little bit. I do take out about 500 for stocks and shares, and I take, well, sometimes take out a little bit more. I don't have a standing order set up because I don't need one at the moment, so I just choose my amount and then send it over to my personal bank every month. So sometimes it's a bit more, sometimes it's a bit less, and I just choose it. Like this month, I might pay myself about 300 or 400 rather than the 500-600 I usually pay. Usually it's about 600 and stuff with insurance on, car insurance on top, and also I've got my mum and dad's rent. But I usually take, I'd say, about 500-600 a month, put it into my personal, and then I'll put a good chunk of that in stocks and shares. And the stocks and shares money, it's kind of just long-term dividend. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm doing long-term dividend investing. So I'm not thinking about like 2 years down the line. I'm thinking 40 or 50 years down the line. So I'm putting my money into more stable companies. Okay, yes, I had a little bit of a flirtation with Snapchat, or I still do. And I have put about £300 or £400 into Snapchat. And as of yesterday, they're down like 23-24%. But that was just because I wanted to do the IPO of Snapchat. I wanted to do the Snapchat IPO. So it was more of a, like people do gambling. That was like Snapchat was my gambling. So I did put a bit of money into that. I'm down like $8 a share on my position, but I'm gonna hold it like a bit long term anyway, like 3-4 years. So that's okay. But yeah, anyway, so that's what I do. I take out a certain amount. I know I'm rambling now, sorry. Ads, how many items do you have in your inventory? About 800 odd Amazon and 900, I think it's about 920 odd. So I'm not too far off the 1,000. Like, seems like, 74 listings or whatever, or 75 listings, or however many it is, 920 odd. It seems like a lot, but really, if you're listing like 20 a day, you can do 74 quite easily. But the problem with me doing Amazon and eBay, like I could do eBay and I could like easy list, a good amount and get my inventory really high. But I'm doing Amazon as well, so I've got to like every few days I switch. So I'm doing eBay and then I'm doing Amazon, and then things are selling on both platforms. It's very hard to juggle 2 platforms. It really is. And you've got to be like, oh no, I want to do all this for eBay, but oh god, I've got a big pile mounting up for FBA and I need to do that. And me doing video games on FBA, I have to test them, so it's it's more time really. Hey, says Chrissy, why do I never get a notification for these anymore? I have notifications turned on. Have you not? So you have hit the bell, because you need to hit the bell, don't you? Hi, Ad. Yeah, C&H, Charlie and Harry. You're coming back to YouTube. Nice. I've been waiting for your vid forever. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, Ad will fall in love tomorrow and get married in 2 weeks. Can't really plan that part. I know, I plan my life too much. Best laid plans of mice and men. I've always said, like, between 26 and 28, I'll probably get married, have kids, that sort of range. I've always said that, like, in my I don't know, maybe early 20s. I don't really think I plan my early 20s. I've always thought, when I'm in my 50s, I'll get a nice little like I'll have a study in my own house. That's not going to happen anymore, because I said that before reselling. And yeah, I don't want a study. I want a reselling room. Yeah, so there's sort of, yeah, I mean, I do plan my life and I shouldn't. But it's the way I've always done it. It's the way I've always planned it. And I don't care if I deviate from a plan, but I mean, it's like the business plan up there. I know things of that are going to change and things are going to get in the way and problems are going to occur. And I'm already thinking, like, looking at, like, the certain aspects that I might want to change. But it's nice to have that plan, I suppose. That's what I'm feeling, like, both for business and your normal life. And maybe it's because I'm just quite a sporadic person in one way. I'm very routine in one way, but I'm very sporadic in another. And just having that plan there, I think, just keeps me on course. Saving is great. I saved for 6-7 years without spending much, so I could buy a house Don't forget to enjoy the things you like as well along the way. Custom made rainbow coat, get it made. I know. Oh, I looked into. Oh, that was carp fishing. I looked into it. I can get, and just wait for the price. This is crazy expensive. I can get a custom made like rainbow striped tie with the letters A, D, Z going down it on the tie, so like ads. Guess how much for the very, very cheap sum of £89.99 plus delivery. So what? For a tie? I mean, come on. All right, it's custom, but come on. Yeah, I actually found a company over in America that you can send your coat designs to, or you can just send a description of what you want, and then they will get back to you, and then we'll work something out, and they might be able to do it, they might not, I don't know, but I might send them an email. Otherwise, it's just getting like basically just a freelance, I don't know, is there freelance tailors? I don't know. But I need it in the next few years. I really do want it in the next few years. Like rainbow trench coat, rainbow tie, rainbow shirt. Rainbow shirt I don't think will be that hard to get. Rainbow waistcoat, rainbow trousers, rainbow shoes, rainbow hat. And then if I could, rainbow cane. And then obviously, like I mentioned, loads, rainbow spray painted car. So, I mean, can you imagine me getting, and like the inside, the interior of the car would be all rainbow as well. And then rainbow shades, rainbow framed glasses. And then, could you imagine me stepping out of a rainbow spray painted car with all rainbow, with the interior of the car rainbow, with the rainbow little cane, and the rainbow hat? I'd look a bomb. That'd be awesome. Is it silk? Yes, it was silk. It better be for that blooming. Yeah, it better be for that money, carp fishing. Lonnie says, it's a great plan. A woman will smash your plans. Oh, yeah, she will. Yeah, definitely. But what was I going to say? I'm getting a bit silly again. Sorry. I did say to myself, I'm going to be a bit more calm, professional on this one. No, what was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. I don't know. But oh yeah. Well, the other thing is, I wanted to change my YouTube name in like a few years to the Chameleon Reseller. Well, when I get my rainbow suit, I've decided what I'll do is, like, when I've fully got it and like it's all complete and everything, because I'm going to get it in parts over a few years. So when that's like fully complete, I'm going to change my channel name to the Rainbow Reseller, and then every video I'll be in the rainbow thing. But I might need to get 2 of them actually, because when one's getting cleaned, I'd probably send it dry cleaning because I don't know, I probably need it. But when one's getting cleaned, I wouldn't be able to wear one, so I'll need to get 2. That's a problem. But yeah, so I think that's what I'll do. I think I'm gonna Robinson, the Rainbow Reseller. How does that? Or Robbo, the Rainbow Reseller. That's cool. Do you list as the cheapest on Amazon if the profit is still there, or do you price slightly higher and wait it out a bit? It really depends. I mean, in most cases with video games, if like it's a good condition, let's just say, for example, good used condition, and the FBA sales are coming in at £9.97, right? Good used condition. There's maybe one before that at £8.97 that's in good in acceptable used condition, but we're going to ignore that one. So if that's the case, right, and then there's maybe only one other guy at £9.97, right? There's one guy, used good condition, £9.97. The rest are all coming in new at maybe 30 quid, 40 quid, whatever it is. I don't know. They're making up numbers here, but let's just say £9.97, good used condition, one seller, and then the rest of the FBAs are coming in new at 30 or 40 quid. Or maybe there's not even an FBA seller for new, it's just merchants coming in at 30 or 40. In that case, if the rank was below maybe 4,000 or 5,000, I'd probably price higher than that one of the guy. I'd probably go $12.97, $14.90, well, $14.99, $12.99, that sort of era, that sort of range. if the rank was fairly okay and there was only that one other seller. If I were if I were to get a product right that was a fairly okay rank, like it was similar rank, maybe even a bit less, but there was like a ton of FBA offers in used good condition, and the profit was still there, I would just price the lowest. It really depends. I mean, I would say a good portion I do price the lowest in my condition, like in the condition I've got it at. If mine's in good used condition, I generally don't compete with, for one, obviously the merchant fulfills, and for two, I don't compete with any lesser condition. So, like, you know, I won't compete with used acceptable. If mine's used good or used very good, I'm ignoring the guys who've got it used acceptable. I'm just focused on the used goods or the used very goods. So that's generally what I do. But it's just all, it's all based on, sometimes it's based on mood, sometimes it's based on profit, sometimes it's based on rank. Well, actually, it's all based on all of those things all the time, really. Ads, you need a wife that's into rainbow. I do. I definitely do. Bonnie says, this rainbow stuff sounds terrible. Well, yeah, you might like it when you see it. I don't know. So, yeah, also, I wanted to say, I know I'll go in a minute because I've got some bits and bobs to get on with, unfortunately. But I wanted to say, if anyone is interested in that idea that I had for Thursday Talks episode 100, just drop me a line on the Facebook page or whatever. I'm holding up my phone because that's the Facebook page. Because I'd really like to get it together. I know we're like weeks and weeks and weeks in advance, but I like to plan things properly, as I've been talking about for this episode. That's basically been the theme of the episode, planning things and, you know, future profits and stuff like that. But I like to plan things thoroughly. So, if you're interested, whether you're a YouTuber or not, if you'd be okay with coming on Thursday Talks with me for episode 100, that would be awesome. And as I say, we'll be doing like a marathon stream, like a 4-hour stream. But obviously, you don't have to come on for that long. You can just come on for like 15 minutes, half an hour, however long. But if you are interested, like, as I say, about Thursday Talks episode 100, then yeah, definitely give me a thingy on Facebook. But it's okay, you don't have to worry because it's like 30 weeks away as well. So if you're nervous about coming on, you don't have to worry because you've got 30 weeks to not be nervous. But actually, you know what I need to see? I actually need to check what week that is because I don't even know what week it is. I'm going to have to check that after the show. Joe Kemp, if you had to give up reselling, what would you do job-wise? I've said this before. I think I've answered that question before. Charity shop manager, no doubt. I mean, like, it's just like the obvious thing for a reseller. Like, I don't know. Or, yeah, it's got to be chat. That is the obvious thing. Like, a reseller, a lot of resellers always go to charity shops. You know, maybe. Some maybe not, but a lot of resellers go to charity shops. And it's just, I know I'd be good at that. I know I'd be good at a charity shop. I really do. Especially with my knowledge of prices of items. So yes, okay, I'm not going to put eBay prices on at the charity shop. But if a reseller came in and said, let's just think of a higher value item. Right? That Harry Potter scene I sold, right? And I had it sealed, right? And I was a charity shop manager after I'd been doing reselling for 5 or 6 years, but unfortunately I had to quit reselling or do reselling to a lesser extent and just do the charity shop. Now, in some charity shops, they have a policy that staff can't buy items within the first 24 hours of them going out on the floor. That is to stop the staff members buying things out the back and basically there's no good stuff on the floor, there's no interesting stuff on the floor. Because let me tell you, there's some cool items that come into charity shops. I had a little bit of a brief look into that yesterday. Something awesome came into the charity shop. But yeah, there's some awesome items that come in, and so therefore I wouldn't really be bothered about buying them. You know, if it's been on the floor for 24 hours, unless I've priced it ridiculously high, it might not be there. If it is, I might end up buying it. But what I'm talking about is, because I've been a reseller, I know that the price of that is maybe 100, 150. So I know that a reseller is going to be interested in that 30 or 40 quid. If they can get 150, 30 or 40 quid, right, they'll be interested in that. They'll take it off my hand for 30 or 40. I know that. It might even go up to 50. So instead of me putting that item on the floor for a fiver, and then like all the other charity shop managers would do, oh, it's just a game, sealed game, put a fiver on it. I'd be thinking, oh, wow, no, well, that's a sealed game, but yeah, I know I can get some money out of that. I would have a network of resellers I contact. I wouldn't have just one. I would have about 5 or 6 or maybe even 10 resellers that come in and buy off me. I would try not to, I think this would probably go down pretty badly, but I'd try to separate them so we don't like know I'm dealing with the others. You know what I mean? It's like dating 10 girls or that, so that might not work. But what I would do is contact one of them, say, look, I've got this, maybe one of them that's interested in toys, for example, and they do Amazon FBA. I say, look, I've got this item, you know, would you like to come down, have a look at it, all that sort of stuff. They come down, check the seals all right, and I'll say, look, you know, I've searched it, I have a rough idea of what it goes for. Would you be interested in it? If so, I'll just say a price, but I know is their top end, like their top end, but that they will still take it immediately. So I would say, right, 40 quid, you can have it for 40 quid. Oh, look at that, I've made the charity £35 extra. Boom, done. See, I would be an awesome charity shop, man. Boom, I would be on it. I'd be like, yes, I'd be on it. You know what? I could literally make a charity so much more money, all because of my knowledge, basically, and all because, like, any reseller could, not just me. I'm not saying, like, I'm not bigging myself up loads, but I'm just meaning, like, any reseller could do that. So yeah, it's a great job for a reseller, charity shop manager. And you know, you could even maybe put that item out on the floor for 24 hours, and if it doesn't go, you just buy it yourself and flip it yourself. Then what you're doing is feeding the charity shop money, so that's good for your job because you're giving the charity shop money, and you're getting profit off that money that you've bought from the charity shop. How cool is that? How cool is that? You would be despised by resellers. No, I wouldn't. Oh yeah, they'd come back. You know, the thing is, every now and then in a reseller's career, they hit a little bit of a dry spot. It's not all the time, but they hit a little bit of a dry spot, and they might not be able to get so much stock. That's where they come to me, because then they'll be crying out for a smaller margin, because they'll be like, oh, you know, I at least need to buy something to get a bit of profit. So then it go, oh, come on in. You can have a look. You can have a look at the stuff I've got. Yeah, but you might have to pay a little bit extra. You know, you have to pay a fair price. It's for charity after all. Oh my God, I'd be so evil. It's so exciting. Literally, I'm foaming at the mouth just thinking of how evil I'll be. Oh my God. Unfortunately, not all charity shops abide. No, I know what you mean, Nigel. Unfortunately, not all charity shops abide by the 24-hour on the shop floor before staff get at it. I know, but, I mean, like, obviously, yeah, I mean, everyone's not going to abide by it. I know there's, like, I'm sure there's, like, shops that don't abide by it, but I know of 2 I visit where staff grab night stuff while sorting, seen it firsthand. Yeah, well, I mean, there's certain charity shops that have that in place, but there's other charity shops that just don't have it in place, and staff can buy things freely. Yeah, it depends what the charity shop is, really. What would you do if a rainbow suit came in, but you were not allowed to buy it? I would price that way out of the reach of anyone, and then I'd buy it myself with my own money. And I don't care how, well, I do care how much it costs, but if it was more than 3,000 for the full rainbow suit, I probably wouldn't buy it. But anything less than 3,000, I'd buy it. Not now, because I've not got, like, the money to be warrant spending $3,000 on a rainbow suit. But in a few years, I will have. So I need to I need to do a little rainbow suit bank account fund. That would be harsh. That would be harsh. When I worked at Blue Cross, we were allowed to take our pick before it was priced and put out. Maybe Blue Cross is one of those that, you know, that doesn't do the 24-hour rule. I know there's not loads that do the 24-hour rule, just a few charity shops do, you know, but so other charity shops are allowed to do it freely, you know. But they are working there for free, so I can't really say I blame them. No, you can't, can you? Yes, I would grab, well, anyone would, you know, if you were a reseller and you're working at a charity shop and you could, you know, and the 24-hour rule wasn't there or whatever, and it was completely legit, you know, you would get them anyway, you know. But yeah, so I think I'll leave it there. We're probably over an hour now. God, I can talk for England, me. Blooming hell, I can talk. That's something my grandma used to say. Yeah. So any more questions just before we wrap up, and then I'll get these labelled up, go down to the post office, edit the sales update, sort about 15 to 20 for eBay, list about 15 to 20 for eBay, and yeah, I think that'll do for today. I don't want to bust something today. I was going to say, yeah, I'm not going to say that, but yeah, I'm not going to work too hard today anyway. Tomorrow I've got a big day. I've got a lot of sorting to do. Got a lot of cleaning to do. Oh, it's cleaning. Takes it out of me. I like cleaning, don't get me wrong, I do like it, but you get to a certain point with it and you're like, you've been doing it for 2 hours or whatever, and you're like, oh my God. I don't know how I can do cleaning for that long. I mean, I make so much mess. But I do like to have clean like once a week to try and just clear it all up. Sometimes it's quite quick, I can do it in like 20 minutes, but other times it takes me so long because, oh, there's packing peanuts everywhere, there's this, there's that, loads of stuff. If they're working for free, how do they afford it? Their benefits cheats if they're there every day. Yeah, I don't know. That is a bit of an odd question actually, because like if people are, I mean, I know there's some special needs people who work in my charity shop, so they're there every day because I've got carers and stuff like that, and I love the fact that they work in the charity shops because it gives them some social time with people, and it just really helps, you know, people with special needs working in charity shops. It's really good for them. But I don't know. Most of the people who work in charity shops near me are all retired older folk. Yeah, same with me. So it's all older ladies and stuff. There is a few older men I see working in charity shops, but the vast majority, it seems like a sort of a woman's role, not to be feminine, you know, what's the word, sexist, but it just seems like more women congregate towards that role. Yeah, sent from job centre, work experience. Oh, maybe, yeah, it could be sent from job centre, yeah, work experience and stuff like that. Anyway, I'll go now. Sorry, I said I would go a minute ago and I'm not. So, if you liked it, please do hit the like button down below. Give it a comment down below as well. And as I say, if you would like to do the Thursday Talks 100th episode, please give me a contact on my Facebook page. It'll be down below. But you don't have to be a YouTube reseller. You just need to be a reseller. I can sort all like the technical side out so that then you'll be able to join smoothly, join the Hangout smoothly. And yeah, you know, if you're interested, do drop me a line. If not, I will contact people myself. You know, in a few weeks' time when we get close to the 100, I'll contact people myself. But yeah, so I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I will be off to do some work. So, oh, and I hope I've just flipped back onto my camera there. I hope the what was it? The webcam was okay because it's my old one and it's not great, but hopefully it was all right. Anyway, see you soon, guys.